with Halo Reach Easy for the PC.
Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Ailis. You might remember me from earlier in the week. I was playing Sonic 3 Air in the Sonic block, and I've decided that now we're going to be playing a very, very different game. So this is Halo Reach. This is the fifth Halo game in the main series, I think, and essentially it serves as a prequel to the events of Halo 1. Reach is kind of an important plot point that gets brought up a lot in the other games and assorted media as well, like the books. So it kind of like tells the story of what it means, why it's significant, and what happens immediately before the first game. So, also we had a bid war, right? We had the Spartan color choice. So,
We
can I
sure
just
did.
double check who won that?
Absolutely, actually, Runner's Choice won.
Amazing. So, I kind of alluded on Wednesday that Runner's Choice was going to have kind of like a special meaning. It was going to be a bit more than just, just randomly picking a color. So, we'll go and put it on and then I'll kind of explain it. That's the settings. That's the wrong one. Already off to a great start. So we're actually going to go for this kind of like powder blue color here. And the reason why is because this is the color of my work uniform. I'm a nurse. I started my career as a nurse during the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is kind of like my little like way of saying like thank you and showing support for all the amazing colleagues that I've worked with and everyone around the world in whatever capacity who's working to fight against COVID. As you've seen from the like messages and testimonials and stuff in the videos sent from a lot of fun, COVID has had a profound effect on their efforts as well. And yeah, it's just kind of like a hats off to everyone who's working to try and get us through this pandemic. So yeah, huge thanks to everyone who's supporting those efforts.
And
Yeah,
that was the last incentive that we had, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Whoops, I did that wrong. Okay, you've practiced Lone Wolf, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so no, that's fine. That's absolutely okay. So why don't we, I'm gonna make sure with the person in charge that's okay if we do this. Hey, can we do this? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, great.
Okay,
What we're
cool.
gonna do here now is, let's do a milestone incentive. Those are
Okay.
easy. So what happens is when we get 80,000 in donations, we'll get to watch Ailis do Lone Wolf.
That's a lot.
So for people that don't know, at the end of the game, there's lore. And we can watch the lore. It's a stay alive as long as you can sort of deal. So if you want to see that, let's try to get to 80,000.
Yeah, I know you guys can do it. Come on. You got this. Everyone's got this. Everyone in the chat, I want to see all those donations coming in. We're going to get Lone Wolf. And I'm going to try my best to break the estimate that they gave me. So, right. Without further ado, I think we're ready to get started. So what I'm going to do, time in this game starts after the initial cutscene. So I'm going to get started, and then I'm going to give you a countdown for when I'm skipping the cutscene. Is that all good? We okay with that?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Right. So yeah, just load up the first level. Okay, so ready to go in 3,
Listen up, Noble
2,
Team. We're looking
1,
at a down
go.
relay out.
Cool.
Shoot
So,
down attempts are likely,
the plot of
so
Halo
keep your
Reach,
distance.
you're Noble 6, who is basically the
Let's
newest
stay
member of the
focused.
Noble team of
Watch your
Spartans.
sectors.
You can see a couple of them here in a sec when they unlock the camera. So you've got Jun here, you've got Carter, and then in the other Falcon over there, you've got Kat, George, and Emil. They all kind of have like their own personalities and their own specialties, and you're kind of like a team that works on
Could be
Reach
the
to kind of
missing
protect it.
troopers. Let's check it out.
So the basic like plot at the moment is we're investigating some disturbances that have been happening in this area, and we're going to come across something that's quite shocking. I have to explain that to you because we're probably going to bypass most of the plot, so this is probably the most broken level in the run. Yeah, so there's also this lovely 45-second cutscene at the start of the run that you can't skip. So immediately, you have sprint in this game. This is the first game that added in the armor abilities, so it gives you the ability to sprint, which was new for Halo as a franchise, and then you can replace it for other things as well later in the run. You're also going to see me trying to jump off of angled bits of terrain to get boosts as well. And now we're going to do something called barrier skip. So, oh, yeah, made it up there, lovely. So barrier skip is basically very important because not only does it, oh, I fell off, that's a shame. We'll have to go back up again. That wall's very picky. I was on top of an invisible wall there, but we're going to try it again. So even though this would be like really slow to try and go up here repeatedly, what we're essentially doing is deloading one of the characters from inside a Falcon, which is going to let us EMP it later. And I'm just missing this jump. A lot of nerves right now, but it's going to be okay. We're going to get there.
You're fine. Remember, you're just streaming and I'm just watching, and we can figure out this note that we're very confused about together.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that's a checkpoint I can reset to quite easily anyway. I thought I had it straight away there, but apparently not. Okay, we're on the wall again. Let's go. Lovely. Right, nice and slowly. So now we're over this barrier. It's going to take Jun out of the side seat of a Falcon, which is flying around. And what we basically want to do is get to a point where we can steal that Falcon and go out of bounds. The game doesn't want you to do this, obviously. So we've got a bunch of things that we need to try and overcome in order to achieve it. One of which is get through this building. So there's like a barrier that's trying to push me out of the building right now because I'm meant to go in through the door, but doors are boring. So instead, we're kind of hovering on top of the barrier and floating across this way. If you could see me, I'm actually constantly like falling there. Okay, so now we've got some RNG because we need a plasma pistol from one of these grunts. There we go, that'll do. I'll take his plasma pistol. So we need this because overcharging the plasma pistol gives you the ability to lock down vehicles and steal them. So wait for this audio cue, and now the Falcon's coming over. So what we want to do is shoot the Falcon as it flies over and have it flip just like that, which is perfect. Now we're going to flip it over. You need it to flip. Oh, can you come down here, please? Help, my vehicle is upside down. Okay, this will do, this will do. So I'm going to hang back here and kill these enemies. This is kind of like a marathon safety strat because it lets me get a checkpoint. The checkpoints in this game are kind of... Oh no, the dropship spawned. Never mind. We'll try and get a checkpoint anyway, but it might be a bit harder now. There's one enemy left somewhere. Okay, well he's landing. We just have to hope we get one over here now. Oh, we did. That's a really good checkpoint. Perfect. I can reset this as many times as I want now. Time to breathe a sigh of relief. So there's an invisible ceiling, and we can't get out of there without something pushing us through it. So we're going to get a hug from this spirit. And sadly, I did not get to stay in the hug. The spirit is trying to constantly move away from you. So when you're in its arms, it's kind of not wanting you to be there. So you have to try and straighten up as best you can. This one's actually kind of really aggressive. The AI is really, really picky about how you do this. So it might take a few attempts, but the checkpoint's in such a spot that we can... Ooh, checkpoint's in such a spot that we can try this over and over again. And if it gets too long, then what I'll do is I'll go do the backup, which is slow, but I may need to rely... Okay. So this is what I was worried about with this game. Winter Contingency is a level that kind of just does this. I'm curious though what you might have for notes on this one, Muffins, because your notes are quite great.
The power of love prevails.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, no, I have basically the best notes anyone's ever seen on this game. I've been hanging out with Ailis and her. So she very kindly asked me if I could commentate for her because she had heard that I had played Reach before. I very politely said, I have played it before, but only when I was completely drunk. And she said, perfect.
Yes.
You know, I had weekends where I play Halo with a friend and drink, and by the time we get to Reach, I don't remember a whole lot of it, if we're honest. So I have a note here in my notes that says, I don't remember this part. Did they add it to the MCC? So, you know.
We have to work out where it is. I'm just going to go to the backup now.
Okay.
I was... sometimes the AI can be like wildly different each time you play it. And that AI was just not like friendly at all. It was the Falcon was there. The spirit was getting really scared, trying to fly away really like wildly, and I couldn't stay hugged up inside of it. So what we're going to do instead is fly down this way.
Alternative source. We'll get an alternative love source.
Alternative hugs. Hugs from an alternative source.
So yeah, Winter Contingency, let's see here. My notes say rude NG, jump up wall, it good, it there. Power of love will prevail.
That is, yeah, because we had the RNG. We covered the RNG. Power of love will prevail. We will make it prevail.
Yes. So those are the notes. They're very professional, very serious notes.
Absolutely.
Oh, is it going to run through the mountain again?
It is.
It is. I love
Mountains
those.
are optional. Right.
Mountains.
There we go. Do not die, please. So yeah, now what we're doing is this one is on a set path. This one doesn't change its behavior based on where you are. So now we're out of bounds. Perfect. So because we're out of bounds, the game hasn't loaded where we're going now. We're meant to do a bunch of other stuff, but instead what we're doing is we're flying around here and there's a big empty space. And we're going to load a building into the empty space because we need a building. So this is where the last objective of this section of the level is. And what we're going to do is a bunch of stuff that's going to trigger the final event of this section to happen. So we need to kill all these enemies. And then I'm actually going to take this super safe because I've already had some mistakes happen. So I'm going to land here. We need to get out of the Falcon in order to make the next section trigger, because it doesn't expect you to be in a Falcon, right? The game's already at this point like, why are you in a Falcon? You shouldn't be doing that. So now that we've done that, we need to go and deload that area. And the reason why we deload it is because it skips the wave fight. There's meant to be a wave fight that happens outside that building, but if the building doesn't exist, then the wave fight can't happen. So we're going to hover over here, just over to this rock, drop down a little bit, and yeah. So now we've reloaded that, and the building is deloaded like it was before when we went over there. So now what we can do is essentially fly back over this way, reload it, and we've skipped the fight.
So basically, she's taking the worst part of the game, which is flying, and turning it into the entire game.
Yes, basically. We have bypassed the fun. Although, I don't know, it's pretty fun when it goes well, but this level's been kind of mean to me right now. And now what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and wait, and then Kat's going to inform us that she's just about there. Please. Unless I was too quick. I don't think I was too quick.
I don't think you were.
There we go. She is just about there. And then what we're going to do is, as soon as the text pops up, we're going to melee 5 times. This delays getting a checkpoint because you're technically in combat when you're meleeing. And then for whatever reason, that makes this door load sooner. So we can sneak through here into the next section. For this last section, there are 3 Covenant Zealots, which are these like super powerful elites. One of them escapes during the cutscene, and then these other ones we need to kill in order to move on. However, if there's any enemies in the last room, we also can't make any progress. So what we're going to do when you stop is wipe out all of the grunts in there and those ones at the end because they have a habit of following you in. If you end up missing any of them, then this button won't work. But there's also an invisible wall in there, and when you walk through it, you physically can't you physically can't go out again. So what you have to do then is depend on George to kill the enemies for you, which is really slow. So glad that didn't happen.
And my last note on that is how to not survive without sword.
How to not survive without sword.
I don't understand what I wrote, but that's fine.
I mean, I think it sums it up, right? You know, he had the sword and he didn't survive. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, now we're on only sword base, and basically, in order to progress, we need to kill the enemies that were out the front. So what we're going to do is try and gather them all up here, and then use the orbital locator, like so. If you group them all up there, and then that should be all of them, hopefully. Yeah, it was cool. So sometimes Cat distracts some of them, and they're just having a chat somewhere, and they don't operate properly. So now we're going to try and steal this Warthog. I missed it, that's fine. We're not going to try multiple times for that, because it doesn't save a huge amount of time in the run, but you can get that Warthog and just drive over this section a little bit faster. If we did get the Warthog there, we would be able to immediately drive up here and then take a Ghost. But we get the Ghost fairly soon anyway, so it's not really losing too much time to do this.
Airview base has an anti-air battery.
And then the theme of this like section is that the walls are just not very thick. Like you can press buttons through them. You don't have to, in theory, press any of these buttons from the correct viewpoint. So we're just going to make some progress here. Ghost has a boost mechanic as well. The Covenant vehicles all have a boost on right trigger or right mouse click for me. Oh, that grunt was trying to get me. So yeah, you saw the prompt pop up there. I have just turned on the anti-air gun, which is the objective for that area. And now he's going to move on.
I mean, why would you want to take ramps or stairs?
I know, right? Why would I want to fight enemies? This is a speedrun, okay? This isn't about fighting. This is about going fast, having a great time.
Nichole. Sorry, can I just ask Nichole something really quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how are we doing?
We are at $76,797.
Wait, what? Out of the amount required?
Yeah, we only need $3,202.99.
For Lone Wolf already?
Already.
Mm-hmm.
That
Do I
is
have time for a
incredible.
quick donation in here?
Yeah, go for it. I'm just pressing this button and then moving on. So a donation
Yeah.
or two will be great.
Awesome. Well, I've got two really cool donations then. I have $500 from Divanka that says, "The power of love prevails." Thank you so
It
much for your
does.
donation. Muffins, I adore your notes, by the way.
I'll just say they're not much different than notes for my own speedruns, which are not the most helpful thing. And I'm going through and trying to make them legible to other people at some point, but
They're very good. I also have a $1,000 donation
That's
from
a lot.
Uranium Anchor. They say Uranium Anchor here. No essays this time. Just been enjoying watching this amazing week and wanted to thank the staff and volunteers for putting up with the inevitable tracker bugs from all the changes I've piled into it since SGDQ. Let's see some Lone Wolf. Game on. Thank you so much, Uranium Anchor. The tracker is amazing. It is wonderful.
That is
UA
incredible.
has
Thank you so
done
much.
so much amazing stuff this week on the tracker to
Now,
make it so that it's a lot more seamless for people in the studio.
I'm hoping this doesn't blow up the ghost. Okay, cool. So the ghost took a bit of damage there. I need it over this side, and the easiest way to do that is with a grenade. We're going to try and do something called Hunter Skip, but this could... Ghost, are you okay? I guess we can drive it now? Okay, cool. So Hunter Skip requires us to basically do some really precise movement through here. I might not make it now, because I bumped some things. Let's find out. We did get there. Okay, phew.
We got this.
If you fail that and you get a checkpoint in there, it's kind of a soft lock because the hunters become invincible. And then you have to reload. It's not really a soft lock. You can do a strat where you basically kill yourself 5 times in a row and then it puts you back at the last checkpoint as like a game savior thing if you do soft lock yourself playing casually, which does happen sometimes. But the reason why that works is because essentially you enter the area where the game checks if there's any hunters left before the hunters have spawned in. And then this means that the game's like, oh, there's no hunters. And then it opens the door for you. But then the hunters spawn immediately after. And that's kind of going to be like a lot of stuff in this game is based around that kind of mechanic of killing enemies before the game works out there are more enemies. And then opening triggers before you're supposed to. Oh, yeah. So
You jump.
this last section is just going to be, I'm going to be killing some banshees and clearing out a phantom as well. So you can read some more donations if you want to, because this bit's kind of slow.
Absolutely. I have a $2,000
What?
donation. It is from Anonymous, and they say, I heard something about a milestone incentive. Thank you so much. We are only $1,002.99 away from hitting Lone Wolf already. I am
That is
just
absolutely incredible.
amazed. Thank you so much.
That
You
is
know,
incredible.
Courtney's gonna tell me, I told you so.
That is so much, like, honestly, the generosity that's been shown this event is incredible. You guys are amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. It just is one of the best things that could possibly happen, and it's so wonderful seeing everyone come together for such an amazing cause, and it's so fun too.
It's completely blown my mind how much generous people have been. When we were putting stuff together, I'm like, okay, so maybe we'll hit 40,000. And here we are just memeing that we're gonna hit 80. And it's, at this point, just absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
We're
like,
absolutely
it's
gonna
insane.
do it.
It's so good, honestly. You're all amazing. Keep it up. So, this is Nightfall. Nightfall's kind of like the obligatory Halo sniper mission where they give you a sniper and tell you to be all sneaky. But what we're actually going to do instead is grenade jumps and jump over things and ignore all the enemies. So it's also home to my favorite skip in the game, which is forklift skip, which sounds exactly like what it is exactly what it sounds like. But yeah, you can see that in a bit.
It's the main use of forklifts, really. Like, I don't know what else you'd use a forklift for.
Exactly, you know. Like, even in real life.
I understand. Yeah, I understand why forklift operators need to be trained so heavily with what they're used for.
Negative, too small.
Yeah, like, you know, clearly this is when someone goes on a forklift handling course, this is what they're learning.
No, completely.
Okay, so, yeah, I've done a couple of grenade jumps. Basically, in this game, you can have the impulse of an explosion push you in a direction. And I'm messing up my sprint cycles a little bit, but that's fine. So we want this big friend here, this absolute unit, to come and help us, but he doesn't seem to want to. He wants to go over there and shout at his friends, so that's cool. That one has just stopped me from getting up here, though, which is very annoying. All this jumping around, right? Okay, we're gonna run around. I tried to be clever, but I can't be clever. Just as a little disclaimer, it is 4:30 in the morning for me here, so this is all kind of with a sleepy haze over my head at the moment. So yeah, this level's kind of, there's meant to be this massive wave fight that we're gonna skip, and it's just a lot of running and grenade jumps, really. It doesn't do a very good job of making you do the intended stuff.
I mean, honestly, that part, I'm pretty sure what you do is, this is the part where there's the 4 forklifts that you can drive around at each other and honk the horns, and I'm pretty sure that is the intended way to beat the level.
You know what, it's been so long, I believe you, honestly. I think I've played this intentionally in a long time.
I mean, that's what I did, and then I don't know what we do other than that, but that's how I beat the level, and then my co-op partner does stuff, and it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I need then is a co-op partner to operate the forklift for me, is what we're saying.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, jump on
I mean,
in.
we already-
Jump on in. Come on.
We already talked about this. Once the potatoes are baked, we can do that.
Yes. Yes. Co-op incoming. Gonna be amazing. Speaking of co-op, actually, there's a really cool strat you can do here. There's an armor lock ability there, and you can kind of stand on your co-op partner's head and use armor lock, and the game gets really weirded out and flings you over that ravine. It's really cool. I think it's doable with John as well, but it's much harder because you can't control him. Obviously, he's an NPC. So these enemies are all freaked out, but that's fine because it's easy mode. So we're going to take this forklift truck. And the forklift truck only lets you get out on the one side, as far as I'm aware. So what we're going to do is shove it against this wall. We're going to find the seam in the gate, and we're going to give the game nowhere else that we can go. And then when you get out the forklift, you get out on the other side of the gate, which is pretty cool.
Yep, that's how forklifts work.
It is. This is the main function of forklifts.
I'm just going to remind you this now, just really quickly, because I noticed what side you went in on. Be less British.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I need to be less British. That'll be very relevant in the next level, actually. I need to make sure that I'm considerably less British than I am right now. So basically what we're saying is if you go to a warehouse or something and they've got a lot of forklifts, that just means they lose their keys a lot. Like the forklifts are there as like a backup.
For sure.
So also, for whatever reason, the end of level trigger is on that cliff. Normally you're supposed to walk around, but you can just stand on the cliff and it triggers the end of the level. Nice and quick. So yeah, tip of the spear. This is kind of the obligatory all the vehicles are moving about level that Halo always seems to have. Weirdly enough, there's no tank in it though. Normally they put a tank in these levels, but what we need to do first is just kill these grunts that are working the anti-air guns so that our air support can land. And then what I want to do is take this guy's gun, which I got nice and easily. Sometimes they run around and then the gun flings off somewhere and you can't find it, but having the concussion rifle is super nice. So, I am less British because I got in on the right-hand side, no, the left-hand side, the left-hand side of the car.
I'm so proud of you.
There is actually a point, at some point in the run, where I frequently get in the wrong side of the car because of how British I am, and it really messes me up. Oh, this ground is not very good.
I'm not being rude when I'm telling her that. I am telling her something that we've discussed.
Yes, yeah, it's a common flaw that I have. So I'm going to park up here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to throw a grenade in here. So you need to destroy this anti-air gun, but the thing is that it has like a core inside. So on Legendary, what you see people doing sometimes is using the gun on that Warthog, and you can actually kill it from the outside. But on Easy, you can just run right up to it and blow it up in one go. Now what we're going to go for is something called Bridge Skip. Right now, there's a Pelican flying in that has a bridge on it that's meant to get you over this broken section here. But we're going to try and just not do that. It saves basically no time whatsoever, and I did not make it. So that's fine. We'll just go back to checkpoint and...
Aww.
I'll give it one more go. I'll give it one more go. It's really cool when it works.
Once it's in place, head over to the southwest side.
UNSC air support. Skies are clear.
Okay, no. We're just going to go up normally. It saves like 3 seconds. It absolutely isn't worth, but you know what? This is a marathon. Let's show off all the cool stuff if we can.
south road and see if you can get a better look at those spires. I'll be on comms.
Speaking of cool stuff, by the way, this ghost is basically a surfboard, and you're going to see why in a minute. So yeah, Muffins, I need to know, what are your notes for this level?
Zoom, zoom, slash, zoom.
Of course, yeah, we're going to like ride the wall here, like we're surfing, to get across this section. That bypass is going over that bridge there. And then we're going to do some concussion jumps. So use the concussion rifle to jump up here. Oh, just about made that one. That's good. And now here the game really wants you to like chase down and fight an elite zealot, but we're not even going to spawn him, so...
This part is bouncy, bouncy, jump, explodey, fun. Just, yeah.
We're onto something big.
I mean, there's a lot of that coming up. All of those words are things that happen in
they're
this
all
speedrun.
notes.
Anyways, we picked up a Revenant here. This is the... I think it's the first time the Revenant appears in this game. Essentially, it's a 3-seater vehicle. No, 2-seater, sorry, but it has like 3 functions. So you've got the driver, who also controls the main gun, and then you've got a side seat where you can have someone sat just chilling. It has a boost.
That's my seat.
That's your seat. And then we're gonna use it to sneak up here. Okay, and then we're gonna destroy this gun from the inside again, skipping all the enemies outside. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here and we're gonna keep these hunters inside because you need to kill all the enemies bar 1 to progress the game. So we're going to keep these hunters inside the AA gun. Oh, that nearly killed me. That wouldn't have been fun. Okay, so the hunters are dead. That's good. So you want them to stay in there because they take ages to kill otherwise. So if you keep them in there, then they'll blow up. They'll be easy peasy. And now what we're going to do is not go off that cliff. That was very close. And we're basically going to clean up the enemies. I usually leave the Wraith alive just because it's the hardest one to kill. So you can kill everything but the Wraith and you're normally fine. But there is a guy in the Wraith seat now, so...
Rude.
Okay, I'm actually going to set up for this because I really want to show this off, but... Oh, I might be a bit late.
Yeah, I think you're a tiny bit late, but we can still try it anyway. My notes for this say, hey, I wanted that.
Right, here we go. So George has come in and we're going to go... And we did it. Amazing. So that saved 6 seconds. Basically, what the game wants you to do is get into the side seat of this Falcon, and you're meant to like kill the enemies way down there. George flies in, you jump in, and then you progress. If you jump across like that, you jump in as it's moving and skip it needing to land. So that saves about 6 seconds. Pretty neat. And now we're in an auto-scroller, so donations are welcome.
Awesome, awesome. I have quite a few. I have $25 from Frozen Flygon. It says...
Oh, hi, Flygon.
Hi, Flygon. This donation is in honor of Muffins, one of my closest friends who has genuinely inspired me since I joined Friendly Pals. Thank you for having me as a fleet captain this event. You are going to be an incredible mother. Flygon Mochi.
Aww. Oh, it's so sweet.
Isn't it so
Okay,
sweet?
so I was having a crying day already.
Yeah, honestly, like huge shout out to like Muffins and all the organizers. It's been an incredible event. You've all
Incredibly sweet.
done so well.
I have a $8.88 donation from
I know who that is.
It says, so proud of Ailis for closing out this amazing event. Everyone involved with Fleet Big House did an incredible job from start to finish, and I'm so proud to have been involved with it. Good luck, Ailis. You're smashing it.
Oh, thanks, Eight. Thank you so much.
Also, we are only $780 away from hitting $80,000 total raised from Malala Fund. Twitch chat, you know what to do.
Yep, keep it up, Twitch chat. Come on, let's go. So now we basically, there's this big electromagnetic thing, and they were like, let's fly the aeroplane into the electromagnetic field, what could go wrong? And then it crashed. So be less British. Oh, that's the Bob, that's kind of rare. So this game will spawn these enemies called Bobs, in which are those golden jetpack elites, and they usually have fuel rod cannons. So he was there, which is good. That means I hope you won't see him anywhere else, but fingers crossed anyway. He can just like rock up in other places. Examples of RNG in the run.
Yeah. When RNG is nice to us, it's RNG. When it's rude to us, it's rude NG.
Yeah. And we're gonna have a lot of rude NG later when we get to New Alexandria. Right, I would like this gun. So this section here, you just clear out the enemies. We have finished Tip of the Spear. Other than... Oh, wait, space skip. And then we spam this. Cool. So yeah, other than resetting to give Bridge Skip another go, that went pretty well. Pretty happy with that. So now this is Long Night of Solace. This is the level with the spaceships. Once you start this level, you're on a timer, like right from the start. So what we're going to try and do is get to an elite and kill them before the before a spirit dropship drops enemies. So if you remember what I said earlier about like the game checking areas for enemies to see if you've got any anything left to kill, we're basically going to kill it while the elite is the only thing in that circle, and then that's going to open the door for us regardless of how many enemies the game actually thinks you're supposed to kill. I'm going to concentrate for a sec here. So Muffins, why don't you tell everyone what your notes are for this section?
For this section?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I had, well, actually what I have for here is what I do with my friend, which is hide behind rock, run out, die repeatedly, have him do it.
Okay.
So not helpful for the speed run, but you know, if you want to play co-op, that's a good way to do it. So maybe is this where the notes about? This might be where the notes about. So on the top of my notes, which is completely in a random spot, everything else is under a chapter. I don't remember this part. Did they add it during the MCC? We don't know what part that's talking about.
Yeah, we're still trying to work that out. Just a little bit of tech there that happened as well. That elite in the drop pod, you can shoot him with the EMP and the pistol through the drop pod before the door opens. So I was timing an EMP and headshotting him to kill him as soon as possible just to make sure I can do that trigger. Because if you leave it much later, then you can't do it. So it took me a few tries, but we got there. It's a nice quick reset. There's a checkpoint right before it. And yeah, now we're coming up to Donation Central, by the way, because we're going to be doing the space combat, and the space combat's really boring.
I have a great note for it.
Oh, cool. I like it. So yeah, we're in space now. Also, a little Easter egg. If you look at the ship, it says 117, which is the service tag of Master Chief. So 117, you wouldn't normally see that. It's going to give you a little tutorial. I'm basically going to spin around in circles, give everyone motion sickness, and complete the tutorial. And then I'm going to set up in a certain position to try and kill the enemies as quick as possible. And it's going to be that like 3 times basically. So yeah, go ahead with notes and donations and stuff.
Okay, so before, just really quick, the note says start level, put ship in right direction, answer door.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Answer door. Oh wait, yeah, I remember why this was. Okay. This is because someone rang my doorbell while I was running this once, and I tried to aim the ship at the point where you need to go at the end of this combat section to end it, and then run and answer the door quickly, and I missed and came back and I was just dead. So yeah, we're just gonna get a bit more motion sickness. We're gonna float around here until they tell us what to do.
Nichole, tell us what to do.
Well, I can tell you what to do. We are only $681 away from $80,000 raised. And if we've got if we've got a little bit of time, I can read some of those donations if that's okay with you, Ailis.
Yeah, go for it. I'm literally just gonna shoot some spaceships for like 5 minutes, I feel like. So,
well, while you pew, I will read out some donations. I have $10 from Heidi Johnstone. It says, lots of love to Ailis. He's a super brave being and working hard through this pandemic.
Oh, that's my girlfriend.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you, babe.
I have $50 from Geek Ella that says thank you to all of the runners, commentators, volunteers, and donors for a truly amazing week. It's been an honor to volunteer for such a great event and cause. Much love. Let's get to 80K. Ella. Thank you so much, Ella. That was so
Thank you so
sweet.
much.
Y'all are gonna slay me with these donations, I swear.
Oh no, I'm down and out right now. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I think that was Fly God's intention.
Rude.
But so cute. I have $10 from Anna Darksoul that says, Reach, one of my favorite Halo games. I am glad to see how it's speedrun. Thank you, GDQ, for a good week of games. Thank you so much for your donation. I have a $5 donation from Polymono that says, there are over 5,000 watching right now, and if we each donate $5, we blast right past 100,000 for Malala Fund. Let's do this, Twitch chat. I agree. Let's do this. We are so close to 80K, and I just know we can hit that. We have $100 from Reverend Gumby that says, donating for lore, building despawn. The power of love will prevail. Thank
Power
you
of
so
love
much.
will prevail. I have messed up this wave, so carry on.
Sure.
we got tons more to go.
I have got $80.80 from Gemniant that says 80,000 hype. I have $25 from Stephenson that says excited for Lone Wolf, how not to survive without a sword. Thank you both so much for your donations. I have $50 from Corgi Princess that says my Corgi and I are happy to support such a wonderful cause. Thank you so much for you and your Corgi.
Corgis are amazing. Just throwing that in there. Big fan of corgis.
Same. I have $3 from Anonymous that says this is all I have left to donate this year, but here it is. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Every single dollar helps, and it is so incredibly appreciated.
Okay, if it sounds like I'm crying for the rest of the run, it's because I am. I'm fine.
Oh.
I was having a crying day to start with. I'm slightly pregnant. I'm slightly very pregnant.
Slightly very.
So I have random days where I'm just sobbing and I'm totally fine, and I just operate and I'm just crying the entire time, and everything's great. So that's gonna be me for the rest of the run. It's fine.
It's all good. It's all good. Like, I'm always like blown away, but like it's just been incredible. Thank you all so much for your generosity. Now we're in the last bit of this section. We just have to kill these phantoms. They all kind of rock up, and then as soon as you wipe them out, then all the other enemies get scared and run away. So yeah, just try and pick off some of the remaining ones so we don't have to wait for them, and then we will not go and answer the door. We will actually finish the level normally and not blow up.
Oh crap, my notes don't cover that.
Oh no, well then I have to go and answer the door. The notes are telling me I have to do it. You can kind of get an idea of when to go when these guns stop
Anchor
firing.
9er to UNSC ships. All targets neutralized. Bravo 029er, you
So
are clear to
there's going to be
activating marker.
another space section, but it's much more interesting than this one.
Bravo 029er. Noble 5, you ready to go? Affirmative, Colonel.
Gonna like wait here. Let me in, please. There we go. Cool. Right, the doorbell didn't go. This is already better than my previous practice.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
So now we're trying to board this Corvette, and what we're doing first, I'm getting some early hits on the engines there, because in a minute the game's going to be like, oh, blow up the engines. And then we're going to kill some of the Banshees on their way out of the ship, just to reduce the number of enemies you have to fight later. And then they're going to be like, oh, let's kill the engines. That's a clever idea. And I'm like, I already did that. So let's go ahead and do some more engines.
Good thinking, Savannah. That'll make boarding her a whole lot easier.
And then once we've done that, we just have to clean up the enemies, and then we're going to have to get
Take out
into the ship.
Corvette's main engines.
So yeah, this is just more energy, more enemy killing again. So if there's any donations, go for it, or if there's anything you want to say, it's all good.
There sure are some more and actually, there's also something I want to say. We just hit $80,000, everyone.
Amazing.
$80,095. Y'all,
That is
thank
so
you
good.
so much. That is absolutely incredible. I am so excited. That means Lone Wolf's going to be hit. That means we're getting over $80,000 to Malala Fund. That is
I
just
am
so big.
completely floored. This is more than double the amount I was even thinking to hope for.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and I'll get in a couple quick donations, but just wow. We have $5 from Yankee Tea Drinker that says, I've taken to drinking Yorkshire tea, which can be found easily in the States. If you're putting on, I know I said that wrong. As soon as I said it, I knew I was wrong. If you're putting on the kettle, what tea are you reaching for? Which is a super cool opportunity that if you want to send in a donation with the type of tea you're reaching for, I would gladly read it. I love tea. My personal favorite is probably David's Tea Cotton Candy, which sounds weird, but it's really good.
As soon as we're sure the Corvette
That does sound really good, actually.
It's so good.
I'm really boring with tea. I just have like normal Tetley tea bags. They're like really common here.
I really like
I love
Tetley,
fruit
though.
teas.
Fruit teas are nice, yeah.
I'm a fan of fruit teas. Like, there's this fantastic strawberry and cream tea I get from a local place that's just wonderful.
That's amazing. Like, I actually licorice tea. Licorice tea is really nice. It sounds
haven't had
insane,
that.
but it's really good.
I've never had
So,
that.
my policy is generically, if it exists and it's being sold as prominently, and it's really weird, it's probably really good. So when you go to like a local dive place or go to like a local tea shop or anything like that, find the weirdest thing and go for it because it's absolutely, it wouldn't be sold otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. There was one that I had. It was like a Turkish delight latte, and they called it a Turkish delight, and that was like really good. Not tea, obviously, but like really, really nice. Actually, do you guys have Turkish delight in America? I don't even know. I'm showing my ignorance.
I had it when I was in England for a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we have it. It's just called something else.
All right, fair enough.
Let me double check really quick. To the Google.
To the Google.
Go for those shield
To the
controls.
Google.
I need in.
So yeah, what I've basically just done is just cleared out the section, and now I'm moving this DMR over here, so I've got a fully loaded gun waiting for me when I come to a certain part of the level. Let's just put it right over there. Cool. Because I'm going to come back through that door later, and I can just skip reloading by picking it up on the way through. So now what we're going to do is we're going to... Where's that enemy gone? Can you... Okay, cool. What we're basically going to do is run through the ship and get to the cockpit, and when we get there, we're going to target the ship's like navigation so that it's heading straight towards... It's going to basically go on like a refueling track to this massive Covenant carrier, and we've got a bomb on here, so we're going to use it to get rid of the carrier because they're being really mean to us in general, and then they're not great people, so...
Update, yes. They're applets.
Cool,
In the US.
cool setup here. You throw that grenade, you get the overcharge, and that guy just went for it. Wow, he just like flew across the room. Wait, what did you say they were called?
They're called applets.
Applets.
You're in deep with no
Applets. APLETS.
Applets. Oh, okay. That's cool.
It's some immigrants apparently just made their own brand and named it that instead of Turkish Delight, and then they came out with a thing called British Delight, which those are the ones that I eat around here. So.
Oh, cool.
well done, Noble Six. Uppercut in the
I'm really hungry now. Like talking about food is making me hungry.
I'm always hungry.
I'm gonna have to have a celebratory breakfast of toast because it's all I have left in my flat. But still,
Oh no.
it'll be fine. I'll get something nice later once I've had a nap.
It's okay. On Wednesday night when we were doing the Star Wars run and we were talking about pizza the whole time, I wasn't allowed to eat anything because I had a medical test the next morning.
Oh no, that's horrible. See, I was watching that and I was getting hungry, but it was like 3 a.m. and I was like, this is not the appropriate time to start buying pizza. They left the gun there, just gonna grab it because it's fully stocked, and then... Oh, he said good of you to come. That means the level is progressing, which means I need to be over here now picking up these guns. Or this wave fight is going to get really, really messy. Get rid of that guy. Okay, so we want to throw a grenade at these guys to kill them. We only got 2 of them. I'll throw another one. There we go. We want to kill these guys. So this wave fight's all about like running around to the different doors and killing the enemies efficiently. So we cleared those. So this one should now open. Which means we can wipe all of them out in one go. This one we do with a grenade. That's all the grunts, so that's good. This one we do with another rocket. Kill both of those. And then we're going to come over here and fire 2 rockets over at this door. Hopefully going to get rid of all these enemies. Where there's one hiding in there, and it's really annoying. I'm going to have to go over there, aren't I? Well, this has been a pretty good LNOS other than that guy hiding in there. Or has he gone over here? Oh no, he's up here.
Yeah, I have a note for this level. First of all, I think this is the one that the top note belongs to. Was this added for the MCC? I'm pretty sure it's this one because I don't recognize it, even though I've watched a bunch of your runs.
We did it. We've located the appropriate
I think
place.
we found it. And additionally, be more polite to the engineers.
Oh yeah, so engineers are my favorite enemies, and this is the only level in the game that forces you to kill one, and I get really sad because normally I try and avoid them.
So that was my note.
Well, there we go. We found the correct location for the note. Yeah, engineers are so precious. We'll get a close look at them in New Alexandria. They're just so cute. They make these little cooing noises, and they don't really want to fight. They just float around and give their friends shields. They're just happy little friends. So Exodus has a few technical things going on. They may not work properly because they're entirely dependent on the enemies behaving themselves, and they don't like doing that, as it turns out. So that might go wrong. So initially, this section here is just a party of explosions. We've got a needler here. This is good. That weapon is RNG. What it is, I am usually happy with either, but Needler is just a bit nicer. Basically, this level has brutes in it, and brutes are unarmored, and Needlers are just absurdly good against unarmored enemies. So we're going to run across here, get the Needler ready, jump across, and then we're going to fire 6 shots at him, and then we're going to fire some more bullets over here to try and get this one, which we did, and then we're going to try and get this guy with the pistol, which we did. Amazing. So by killing all 3 of those enemies, this door will open before those enemies get out of the Phantom dropship, so much quicker to do that than fight the others. Let's throw a grenade up there, kill those 2 enemies. We're going to try and clear these ones out.
Yeah, no, it's definitely referring to this level.
All right, okay, cool.
Yeah, no. This was resolved.
Yeah, you didn't know which one this was?
No, I I like that I have notes on this level and I have that note on top of it.
Amazing. So a bit of a weird thing we're going to do here. We're going to press that button for the elevator, and then there's another button here that we're going to press. So that's the button to start the elevator moving, but it can't actually start moving yet. Can I have your gun, please, sir? Thank you. They can't actually start moving yet because we haven't done the objective we're supposed to do. So what this means, basically, is when we complete the next objective... Okay, there's 2 enemies left up there. I want to kill one of them and then move on. So let's try and get him easy peasy. Right. So yeah, what I basically want to do is clear this wave fight in a way that is efficient, and then when it's over, the game will be like, oh, you pressed the button for the elevator. That means you should be in the elevator, and it'll put you in the elevator. So yeah, it is. It's a super happy elevator, honestly. Right, I need this gun, please. So we're going to set up here and try and get some really nice kills on the enemies. Right, 1, 2. And then if I go for the brute here when he jumps out, then I should just be able to 3. Let's just kill all of those. And then we're going to throw grenades down here. That got all of them, which is amazing. I'm going to grab this hammer because we're going to use that for some cool stuff later. If you like cool things, then this is the run for you.
My note on here for this part is why hammer but no sword?
Why hammer but no sword? It's because the brutes don't use swords. They don't like them.
I think the problem is when I'm playing, I just run around with a hammer and a sword because that's probably the most efficient way to do literally anything.
So now you can see me. I've done the wave fight from this end of the thing, and I'm going to get teleported inside. There we go. Cool. Also important thing to note. No, I could have been more efficient. Yeah, I could have definitely been more efficient.
I'm saying me, my way of having a hammer and a sword is not the most efficient way of doing it.
I don't know. If you're playing Griffball, that game type on multiplayer, that's a great one for those things.
We're just playing through co-op campaign. Not the most useful.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to you running around with all the melee weapons, like. Are you like?
Can't miss.
I remember at one point I tried to do a playthrough where I only used the sword hilt. Like I ran out of ammo in it and then just smacked things with the hilt. It was really slow. Okay, so these guys are the bullfrogs. They're an ODST squad who are basically like the orbital shock troopers. It's like orbital drop shock trooper it stands for, and basically they have jetpacks. That's like their thing, and they act all cocky and tell you to try and keep up, and you just overtake them immediately. So. We're not going to see them again. That was the bullfrogs. We're done with them.
Resolved.
Yeah, so we're going to use the jetpack here to make it a progress. There is a really cool strat. You go straight across there, but it's really risky, and I don't want to die. And I didn't get a checkpoint, so I'm just going to go up here instead. The hammer gives you a lot of vertical momentum, so you can use it to get up the cliff there. And we want to kill this guy to get his gun. Nice. That's the gun I want. Cool. And then the concussion rifle is it does not much damage, but it has a lot of impulse. So it sends you flying, and you can use that with the jetpack to get some really cool stuff. You're going to see an amazing one in a minute.
Update to my notes. My friend has messaged me and says we did play this. just for updates there.
Cool.
I remembered none of it. It's fine.
There we go. I mean, yeah, this isn't I don't know. I don't remember this level too much. It looks cool, but it's not iconic, you know. So I guess it makes sense to get it right. So here we're just doing a wave fight in here, or not even a wave fight. We're just fighting enemies. Just got to clear these people out and kill the anti-air turrets to spawn the next people that we want.
Yeah, he confirmed this level's in his copy of the game, and we played through it.
It's in his copy of the game. Okay, I don't want to die because this is easy mode, and dying is real bad. Okay, cool. We got him. Checkpoint, now we're fine. So I'm gonna throw some grenades at these and shoot them as well. These are kind of like weird. You kind of want the grenade to go behind it and kill the grunt because the actual turret itself is surprisingly durable. But if you kill the grunt, which is way easier, then it will like blow up much quicker. Because when the grunt dies, it dies. They don't want anyone else to get in it, basically. And yeah, now we're just gonna sit here and wait. I do want the hammer actually. Where's this hammer gone? There it is. Cool.
Okay, I also have remembered, I do in fact also use Brute Shot on occasion.
Oh, the brute shot.
I'm pretty sure that was an ODST and not in Reach.
Yeah, I don't think it was in Reach. It was in Halo 3 and in ODST. The brute shot's a cool gun though. I think it gets used a lot in the speedrun for Halo 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was hammer and Brute Shot or sword for all of ODST or something as much as I could be.
So you just don't want to deal with any enemies that are over there. You just want to have them all like right in front of you.
Yes, I like making friends. It's fine.
You like making friends with your friendship hammer.
My friendship hammer.
Yeah. This is an auto-scroller. There's not an awful lot going on here, so we can do donations if you want.
Absolutely, I have got quite a few. I have a $25 donation from Valon that says, Muffins, as I recall. Let me do it only works if I can respond to you. I just die a lot otherwise. Miss you and can't wait till we can hang out again.
Thank you, Rise.
Thank you so much for that donation. I have a $10 donation from Air Angel that says, I'm not crying, you're crying. Thank you to all volunteers, runners, and staff. The Frame Fatales community is so amazing. Thank you for this week. Thank you so much for your donation. I'm so sorry. Ever since I saw this donation, I've been absolutely losing it. I have a $25 donation from Jayhawks.
Oh no.
That says, my favorite type of tea is an M&M McFlurry. Why that's been killing me ever since I saw it.
Oh my god. I mean, as the British person in the call, I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna think it.
The M&Ms are steeping in the McFlurry.
I am here for it so much.
We just witnessed an amazing sight, by the way. All of there was so many Banshees behind us, and the game at this point despawns all the drivers of the Banshees to save like space or whatever. So they all just flopped out of the sky into the ocean.
Good. Good solution.
Yeah, we can probably fit one more donation in, because this is just a bit more flying.
Absolutely. I have a $25 donation from France that says, my favorite tea is fermented juniper berries and tonic. That sounds really good.
That does sound really good. Also, like, was that from the entire country of France, or someone called France?
Someone called, but I prefer to think it's from the entire country.
The entire country has just spoken.
Yeah, the entire
that is France's favorite tea.
To let us know, and I'm here for it.
They have an official tea now. That is now the national tea of France.
The national tea of France. So is the McFlurry the national tea of America? Like.
Yes.
We need to push him back off our beach.
So this is where I need to not be so British, because it's surprisingly hard to remember that I get in the left-hand side of the car here.
You are having an M&M McFlurry tea right now.
I am. This is the M&M McFlurry tea of Halo speedrunning. Okay, so now what we've got to do is there's the anti-air guns that we have to activate. And they want us to fight a bunch of enemies that are guarding them, but we're just going to fly around with our jetpack and not care about anything. We're too busy eating our McFlurry and carrying on.
M&M McFlurry tea right there, every time.
Okay, up we go. Yeah, just using these weapons. Oh, he really is not happy. Hi. My car is parked in the worst place.
Well, that's why he's mad.
Why did you park your car there? That's terrible.
That's not a parking spot.
Go back and do it again.
You took up 3.
This is my lawn.
You took up 3 parking spots right there.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I was taking up 1 on the other side of the road, okay? I'm too British. So that's Exodus. And now we're on to RNG, the stage. This stage has so much RNG that it's impossible to cover all the RNG that's going on it.
Yes, we're gonna hope for no rude NG right here.
Yeah. If anyone's played ODST, there's a familiar character from Halo 3 ODST in this game, but only in voice line form. If we ever hear him, we have to ignore him and find something else to do, and I'll explain that in a bit. So this level is basically, it has 3 main objectives, and then it'll give you a side objective between each one. On easy, the first one is always the hospital, which is where we're going now. But on other difficulties, it's all random. There's certain objectives we want to avoid, but we're going to do the hospital first. So that's an engineer right there. That is our little engineer friend. Look at him. Look how happy he is.
What a good friend.
He is. He makes these, like, if everyone listens real carefully, you might hear them making these little coo noises. Oh, he didn't do it. He's camera shy. He doesn't want to make the noise. They are really cute though. I really love them. If anyone wants to, if you haven't played ODST and seen them without the armor on, I'd recommend just Googling what an engineer looks like. They are so cute. They're these little floaty squid boys. They are shaped like a friend.
We did do Squid % earlier this week, so
that game was amazing.
Squid.
That game, I saw like a trailer for that game and I was like, I have to watch this speedrun, and it was the most wholesome thing I've ever seen. Squidlet is amazing. Shout out to Squidlet. So yeah, you might notice I'm just not fighting enemies. We're on easy. There is a strat you can do in this game if you get hospital first, which is every time on easy, where you hijack a Banshee from like in midair, which is really difficult, and you fly it in here, and then the game gets confused and warps you back out to the front of the hospital at the end. And that saves like 15 seconds, but it's so hard, and I don't even go for it in runs. It's like last thing on the list of things I want to add to my run to gain time, because it's just so difficult. And it's RNG dependent. You need the Banshees to spawn in the correct place or it doesn't save any time at all. So, right. I didn't park very well here either. My parking is just awful today. So
It's the Americanness of it.
I just need to listen out for 1 second, because as soon as we get the next objective I need to hit, if it's Buck from ODST, we have to revert, because all his objectives are slow and bad, and we don't want to do them. So we're just going to hover here, wait and see what mini objective we get. Also, the time taken between leaving the hospital and getting the objective is also random, and we appear to be on the slow one, so RNG is already not being very nice. Get to see this though. This looks really cool. Okay, checkpoint, and this is fine. Which one is the rooftop? I've forgotten where this one is. I never get this one usually. It's going to be quite close though. Hey, there it is. Cool. So, yeah, we're going to go save these Marines from this rooftop. That's weird. Like, I've never had that one in like the longest time. Normally I know where they are, but that one's just escapes my brain. Yeah, we're going to go save the Marines.
I guess you get the sort of one.
Yeah, it must be quite wet. Anyway, yeah, we've saved Marines. We're going to move on. Yeah, definitely saved them. Did not just kill them because it's faster. Definitely
no, it's a teleportation gun.
Yeah, it teleports them to safety. In reality, we're doing that because it's slower. Because basically, like, a pelican has to fly in and pick them up, and you have to wait for the pelican. So yeah, it's faster to just clear them out with our teleport gun. Teleport gun, definitely. So now this objective is the next main one, which is the Synovia Center Tower. And we're just going to skip all the enemies out the front by flying up through here. And then we're going to have some really cool elevator music. Oh, I am stuck on the other side of this Falcon. That's not good. So yeah, elevator music. Bit of country music. Not my favorite, but you know, it's nice.
I'm just bopping my head like people can see it. It's fine.
Cool. Don't worry, I've done the bopping for both of us as well on stream, so it's all good. So
Thank you.
This level, or this part of the level is like, it's meant to be this really eerie, like, oh, all these people are dead, what happened here? It's so scary. And then it's meant to be, oh no, you got ambushed, but the enemies just aren't threatening. Even on Legendary, I think you literally just leave. You don't fight them or anything. They're not scary. I think it's the first time seeing them as well as these drones, which first appeared in Halo 2 or 3? No, Halo 2, they first appeared. Yeah. They fired their gun literally 6 times the whole time I was in there. So yeah, not scary. More music. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to have another random objective. and we're going to see which one it is. If it's Buck, we've got to reset, unless it's the Phantom. I'll take Buck Phantom from here because it's nice and close, but anything else. There's 3 Buck objectives, and one of them is kind of possible if you're in this position, but the next main objective will be over there, so I don't want to go too far from there if we can help it. This is a really long objective timer again. You get to sit here.
Rude.
Oh, it's Buck.
No.
Go ahead.
Phantom, we'll take Phantom. Phantom's fine. We're in the good position for Phantom. So it's going to tell us to escort a Falcon, but if we go down here, we're actually going to see in the mist there is this Phantom, and if we just kill this Phantom, then we can progress with the objective. So we get nice and close. Don't want to go too close, because if you go too close, you will die. I could get closer, but just for marathon safety, I'm not going to. You can drop down to like -100, like just above that, and you'll be okay on the altitude meter. But honestly, I ain't taking no risks. We're just going to get rid of it. From up here. Yeah, it takes a little while, but this one's fine. I don't want to mess around with more RNG if I can help it. Please. There we go, we got it. So now it should just ignore that Falcon. Just get rid of it. There we go, cool. So that's the only Buck RNG that you can like accept, kind of, you know? And it's only if you're literally in the vicinity of the Phantom at the time, it's not too bad. So I'm okay with that one. It could have like sent me all the way to the other side of the map or something, so I'll take it.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen you do a buck directive.
Yeah, in a full game run normally I'd like 99% of like occasions it's just not appropriate to do Buck, but that was like the one scenario where it was relevant, so I guess we'll do it, you know? I used to do that one all the time until someone told me that usually it's not faster anyway, but anyway, this is the last one. This is the telecommunication tower, the Virate Tower, and it's full of hunters, and I handled this in the speedrun the same way I handled it playing casually, which is to just run past them and ignore them, because this game is basically the story of the developers trying to get speedrunners to fight hunters, and we just don't.
No.
Like,
Hunters are... I'm like... I appreciate that there's the worms on the back, but that doesn't mean I can hit them.
yeah, the whole thing with hunters is they have like a weak point, and they're really annoying to try and fight consistently and stuff, but other than like in sword base where you're given a shotgun in the first room before them and you can just gun them down really quickly, but we skip those anyway. The only ones you really get close to fighting are in Tip of the Spear, but also in Tip of the Spear, like, you don't really fight them, you just hold them in place and then the thing explodes and gets rid of them. So we're going to try and kill this Phantom now, because the final objective is that it's going to drop a bunch of shade turrets around. There's 3 Phantoms, each one has 2 turrets. If we can blow this one up before it drops both of its turrets, we save a bit of time because we don't have to wait for it. So,
Do you have time for me to bring in some lore here really quick?
Yes.
Okay, someone in chat said that hunters were going to get abandonment issues. No. A, the large units come in pairs. B, they are entirely massive groupings of parasites. They are not individual creatures. Thank you.
Was that Miss Heidi Didy that said that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, abandonment issues is like a meme, don't worry. That's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, when I have to like go and do things, she'll say, "Oh, you're abandoning me." So
Oh.
she tries to make me feel bad for doing things like buying groceries and going to sleep. Okay, cool. So we've killed the shade turrets, and now we're just going to wait up here. This hasn't been the worst time for an NA, especially in a marathon. Right, it's this door. I always go to the wrong door. This one that we want. There we go. We're just going to flit here.
Come home, Lieutenant.
And then we're just going to land. Cool. So now we're on to the package. I hate this level a lot. There's a lot that can go like wrong with it. From like an efficiency perspective, you can still finish the level. It just gets really messy sometimes. The first part here is like we're revisiting the only sword base map from earlier, but obviously with a palette change and different stuff going on. We've got to destroy some more anti-air guns like we did in Tip of the Spear, and then we're going to get to this interior section, which is like a massive wave fight basically. How many bullets do I have? I have 3 loaded. Okay, gotta remember that. So we're
My
gonna
note
take
for
the
this level is, oh, that's how you do it.
guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the story. Also, there's a tank there. That's the only one we see, and we're not getting in it. So if you like the Scorpion tank, I'm real sorry. I think the easier strats that people use on Legendary would be to take the tank and shoot these turrets from the outside rather than going inside, but we're on easy, so we're just going to go for it anyway. It's super easy to do it this way. On Legendary, they're really, really good runners will do tankless, where they basically charge straight in, the way that I'm doing, but on Legendary, where the enemies are way more powerful. But yeah, we're taking it easy. Okay, let's blow this one up, please. Cool. Awesome. Right, so that's those dealt with, and now we're going to go and wait by a door. So we're just like on a timer this whole time, but the time is really easy to get. So all we have to do is kill the 2 anti-aircraft turrets up here before the Falcon with Carter and Jen on arrives, which is super easy. So we're going to go up here. We're going to walk up to this turret, and the grunt is going to get real scared. He's going to get out, and then we're going to take his gun. So he's dealt with, and then there's this one over here, which we're going to shoot down with the DMR, ideally. Why are you not dying? There we go, got him. We get the plasma pistol because we want a Revenant for the next section. And it's just a bit easier to have the plasma pistol because this thing will kill you. And sometimes this game gives you no checkpoints. But yeah, when you're trying to like steal it from the elite, you have to get right up next to it, and sometimes it will just charge into you and kill you, which you don't want to do. Obviously dying is bad. Now that's how you're supposed to do it, lore point. That's based on the fact that Phantoms have a weak point, which I never realized when I first played this game. And there's going to be a big wave fight where we kill a lot of Phantoms later, and I just didn't realize they had a weak point. So I was like, how do people do this so quickly? Are they hacking or something? Are they just getting lucky? And then, no, it just turns out I'm shooting the wrong bit of the aircraft. So this is what we did Hunter skip before. We obviously don't need to do it this time. We're just going to charge straight through here.
We have a bigger vehicle this time.
Yeah, and no Hunters to skip either. So here we're going to do this really annoying jump that I'm bad at. I'm going to try to do it, but I'm really bad at it, like I said. Okay, you know what? We're just going to walk around. I don't want to mess around with this. This jump is like deceptively hard. And then we're going to go up here. We're going to try and do a grenade jump here. Perfect. And then we're going to sneak through here, and we're just going to say, move out the way, guys. Sorry, I don't want to hang with you right now. We're going to go do the speed run. But yeah, that jump up there, it's like it's just a really awkward spot to try and do. You have to stand in a really specific spot and then crouch as you're jumping as well, and it's just really frustrating. We're gonna go for statue jump, which it doesn't matter if I don't get it, but like it's cool if you do. So you basically jump across that statue and get up there, but did not get it, which is fine. There's an engineer. You're shaped like a friend. I definitely purposely messed that up to see the engineer, honest. Take this for some health.
I mean, we have to have our priorities.
Exactly. Seeing engineers is just the most important thing you could be doing with a Halo speedrun, to be honest. It's why I run this game, because it has the most engineers in it, so... So now we're on like this wave fight section, so the game gives us a little bit of time to prepare, and there's these turrets around the place. But what we actually want to do before we use the turrets is that we want to get a Banshee. But the only Banshees that exist at the moment are flying around above us. So we want to go and get one of those. What we're going to do is we're going to take this.
For this section is why is she good at flying?
I don't know if I'm good at flying, but I'll try my best.
You're better than me.
Okay, I really want this Banshee, but it's just messing around right now. I need as much jetpack as I can get. Oh, we got it just about. Oh, please don't fly me all the way out here. You might have noticed, by the way, that there was no elite actually in this. The game does this a lot to save like memory, I guess. But essentially, the aircraft are like oftentimes, or like vehicles you're not supposed to get into are flown by like invisible enemies or like non-existent enemies. So I basically threw a non-existent elite out of the Banshee. It's really weird as well, because in this section, Emil tells you to grab a Banshee and take the fight to them. So they're fully aware that you're going to be doing this. Like,
so here's a question: can you lose a fight to a non-existent elite?
You can. because the banshees still behave like normal banshees, so they can still fight you, which does make you feel kind of bad, I guess, like in hindsight. Okay, so that's one phantom down. So the fastest way to clear this section is to kill the phantoms rather than the enemies. Because we're on easy, the turrets will deal with the enemies really easily. But we basically want to hit this weak point that I'm aiming at here with the Banshee. I'm trying to get stuck on one of those pylons, but it didn't really work. So we're just going to hit the weak point now with the Banshee bombs. I'm playing on keyboard and mouse as well, so I can do these really quick Banshee turns by just swinging my mouse arm across the table. Just trying to angle some shots to get the Banshee bombs to hit the bit I want to. I'm not very good at angling the shots though, truth be told. And that one's gone. Cool. So now we're just going to wipe out some of the remaining enemies that are on the ground, and then we can move on. The brutes have armor lock sometimes, so you have to be careful because armor lock has an EMP effect that will basically make you crash. So don't want to do that. Okay, why is this brute causing me so many problems? There we go. Right. Checkpoint done. That's good. Right. Right. Turn on the last turret, even though it makes like no difference. Get my Banshee to stop screwing itself over. I'm stuck. Please let me in. Right. Okay. One thing you may have noticed is that vehicles flipping around is like the worst thing. We're going to get some more hits on this thing. And yeah, we're basically going to kill some more phantoms. So if you want to do some donations, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. I have a $250 donation from Hippopotty Mouth that says, after this long marathon, let me reach into my pocket for this donation. Thank you to all the runners. Thank you so much for that donation.
I like the pun.
Me too. If anyone
More
wants
puns,
to do
to be honest.
pun donations, I am for it. If you can make me so I can't read it without laughing, bonus points. I don't know what they're good for, but you'll get them. I have $15 from Mecha Momo that says, just wanted to say thank you to all the runners, volunteers, staff, and, of course, Muffins for putting together this marathon. You are the most wonderful and caring group of people, and I can't wait for the next Frame Day Pals event. Thank you for letting me be a small part of this amazing week. Love you all. Momo, we love you. Thank you so much.
Momo.
Thank you so much.
I
Momo.
just got over this.
Almost ready.
I have a chance to redeem myself. A $25 donation from Corgi Princess that says, my Corgi and I enjoy a daily Yorkshire tea time, which is to say that I pet her while drinking tea. I do not give my Corgi tea. That would be irresponsible. Thank you so much for your donation. That's adorable. I have a $25 donation from Kate Livesey that says, as an Irish woman, I prefer Bewley's Dublin morning tea, but in a decaf format. Finding it in Canada is a bit tricky, but I've grown up on having a regular cuppa every morning. Thank you so much for your donation. I am loving these tea donations. Bonus if
fan
you
of
can get
tea
a tea
donation.
and a pun in, because that would be real cool.
So we're on the last bit of this level now. So basically, in this last wave, all you have to do is kill that phantom and then the enemies that it drops. Normally you can kill it before the enemies get out, but I've not done it too well this time, so we're just going to clear them out now. So there we go, objective complete. We are going to go into Halsey's lab and pick up the secret package, which is Cortana, if anyone remembers from the other Halo games. This is where Cortana was created. And we're picking her up, and our mission now is to take her to Captain Keyes on the Pillar of Autumn, who is very important in Halo 1. So yeah, this is the last level of the this is the last level. It's been great, honestly. Been having a great time. So yeah, there's only like one real like skip that we're going to go for after this point, which is going to be another hunter skip. It's the last hunters in the game, and we skip them in true speedrunning fashion. But yeah, everything else is going to be fairly in line with what the game expects you to do. Muffin, what are your notes on this one? I want to hear.
Let's see here. Sorry, I was doing a thing. Don't drive off cliff.
Yeah, that's actually really good advice.
Yeah, that's my notes on this part.
Yeah, although we do drive off a cliff, it's just a safe cliff. It's a cliff we can drive off. We've got the safe
Good.
cliff and the unsafe cliff.
I will fix my notes. Drive off the more safe cliff instead of the more other cliff.
Yeah, the more other cliff. I like it. Yeah, we're going with safe cliff strats. So this is like the point in the game where they're like, don't forget scarabs exist, which is massive walker things. But unlike in Halo 3, where they make a point of making you fight these and blow them up, in this, the game is like, no, just run, keep going. So they want you to just charge through, and I've just flipped the monkeys. That was supposed to be the safe cliff, but apparently not. So apparently that's now an unsafe cliff. So yeah, there's a point where there's lots of bits in this game where it's like, oh, you shouldn't take a vehicle here, and we're just kind of ignoring that a lot of the time. So we're going to take, there's a barrier up here where they were like, oh, this barrier is too small, you can't take the mongoose through there, and you absolutely 100% can. So I don't know who tested it, but really cinematic jump over the bridge. And then yeah, it's this gap here. There you go. Really well tested gap to stop you getting a vehicle in there. Now we just have a mongoose a little bit longer. It's not the end of the world if you don't get it through, but pretty good. Gonna have a bit of a bumpy ride through here probably. Oh no, we actually got through before they reached us. That's cool. And then straight into this gap here. And on to the next section. So yeah, now the last section here, we're kind of like gunning it towards the Pillar of Autumn, because we're trying to get Cortana off the planet, because she's super important. Although I think we should decide a new lore reason for why we're doing it, because honestly, I feel like there should be a reason why Cortana needs to get somewhere in a hurry. What do you think?
Tea?
I mean, Cortana, here, ready for some lore? Will get me knowing something.
Okay.
Cortana only does have a very short period of time, so you need to be respectful of that.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
Look at the lore.
You've got the
deep lore.
Yeah. Ooh, tried to get a bounce off those stairs. Did not work. So now I have no health. That's amazing. I was trying to, if like, with the same thing that happens with angled surfaces in this game happens with stairs. So if you hit the stairs and jump at the correct time, you go flying forwards instead, which is what I was aiming for. Now we're going to steal a ghost. And we're going to take this ghost to loads of places you're not supposed to have a ghost. And it's going to go horribly wrong probably, and it's going to be amazing. So get rid of that guy. We want to get rid of this edge off the ghost so that it's easier to get through doors. And I'm going to take it in here. So because I took the edge off of it, we can kind of hook it around the door and then go straight through. And we're going to do the same here. And then we're going to try and take it through the window into my least favorite room in the game. So we open this one, we break that window, and then we're going to try and get through here in one go. Okay, this is good. I'll take it. Good. I've wedged my ghost in that gap to the side there so many times, and then you just have to reset. And okay, there we go. Never mind. The room has struck again. Right when I was saying it's all going to be fine.
It's still fine.
So here we have our favorite enemy in the game, the hunters. Well, no, second favorite. The engineers are the favorite. We have the hunters there, and turns out they thought, right, you have to fight them to open this door. You can't do anything else, and you just go through the window. It's meant to be impossible to get on there, but there's a little ledge you can just about stand on, and then you can crouch through the window, which, again, it's not meant to happen normally, but we kind of just do that. So those hunters are now, like, back there, just chilling.
So I have a very important question. How did you get rid of that impulse to grab every sword that you see?
I don't really. I'll tell you what, just for you, Muffins, I'm going to make big use of the sword in Lone Wolf. How about that?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to grab loads of swords. So this is like a wave fight now coming up again. There's going to be a lot of like trying to get to the phantoms and kill the enemies as soon as they come out. I have the rocket launcher like that I've carried from the start of the level literally to do this. There's another strat with the Spartan laser, but I didn't want to learn like different strats right before this, but apparently it's much easier. So I'm just going to try and do it the hard way. And by hard, I mean inconsistent, and I definitely shouldn't be doing it, but...
Close enough.
Yeah. So we're going to kill as many of these brutes as we can with grenades. That's all of those. Cool. And then when these ones come out, we're going to throw another grenade. Drop it here. Right, there's another one on the way now, so we're going to jump over here. I still have one plasma, that's good. I want a plasma grenade for the last phantom ideally, so I can try and go for key skip, which is another situation where you kill enemies before it acknowledges that other enemies are required. So you get keys moving a bit quicker. Because basically when you kill all the enemies, he's going to come down from the ship and be like, hey, yo, why are you standing around here? Give me Cortana. And yeah, he'll start moving sooner if you kill the next phantom really, really quickly, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get it because I need to be in position already, kind of. But I had some stragglers to pick off there, so probably not going to work. We'll see what happens, though. Right, I'm reloaded. I'm going to throw that now. Okay, I didn't want to blow myself up, so...
sorry.
No, it's right. I didn't want to blow myself up, so I ended up missing that rocket kind of bad, but the explosion radius is massive, so I probably would have had to reset to checkpoint if I did that. Okay. There we go. Carry on.
My notes for this level is I thought this platform fight was an ODST.
I mean, the ODST does like its platform fights.
That's what I got on that.
Oop. I really want a gun. A different gun. There we go. There we go. So now Keys is on the move. So we did not get key skip. We're just going to stand here and wait for this thing to come over, and then we're going to be in the last section of the game, which is surprisingly anticlimactic. The way that it is handled is completely, like, not what they intended you to do. So it's going to be kind of like a slow finish to the run. But yeah, since we're near the end of the run, I really hope everyone's enjoyed this. It's definitely not a run that I'm, like, known for. But it's one that I do enjoy doing, so I'm super happy to have been able to get to do it here. Show everyone what it's all about. Also, shout outs to everyone in the Halo Reach community and the Halo Speedruns community. Like, if you ever want to learn these games, then they will be there and they will be telling you what to do and giving you advice and all that kind of jazz. So jump straight up here. And then we're going to go up here, and what the game wants you to do is get into this gun and shoot down phantoms until this Covenant carrier has come over. What we're actually going to do is just walk over here and do whatever we want, because there's no requirement to kill those phantoms. So instead of sitting there and shooting them, we're just going to mess around and kill these guys, I guess.
Oh, there's a sword.
Do you want me to go and get the sword?
No, it's okay. I'll survive. I'll have swords later.
Well, too late. I got it, okay? We have the sword now.
Thank you.
So I'm literally just going to sit here now, and then basically when the red target thing goes into this, like, ladder, that's when I'm going to run up and do it. You can use the in-game timer, which is our primary method of timing the game anyway. But honestly, I can't be bothered. Maths is for nerds. There we go.
Yes, I agree.
Why count numbers when I can just look at things, you know? Much, much simpler.
The amount of times I just sit there and I tell people, hey, I need someone that can do math to do this for me. And they're like, Hannah, your job is entirely math. And I'm like, okay, fine.
So just a heads up, time is going to be when I shoot that thing right in the middle there. So we're going to run up here. I'm going to jump in, and then you're going to see it pop up in a second. Time. So how did we do? How was that?
Let's see here. I need a second for the...
128.5? Okay, that's not too bad, especially for real time. I was hoping to get like around 120 or faster, so not bad at all. Yeah, pretty happy with how that went.
Nice job.
So now we just have one thing left to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I need to go through this cutscene because normally the game doesn't let you escape at this point, but we have one last thing to do. Thank you all for the GGs, by the way. I can see the chat blowing up right now. Thank you all. GG to all of you. You've been donating so much. It's been incredible. So yeah, Lone Wolf. So Lone Wolf is basically the story of what happens afterwards. You obviously help Cortana to escape, but by doing so, you've sacrificed yourself to remain on Reach. It's the last little attempts that you have at surviving on the planet while the Covenant is slowly occupying it. So the way this works, it's not going to be like a speed run. I'm going to be trying to survive for as long as possible, rather than doing things as quickly as possible. I've been given an estimate of 10 minutes for this, so if I can beat that, that'd be amazing. But my personal best is like 9 minutes and 10 seconds, so it would be a bit of a push. So we're going to see what happens. So are we all ready for Lone Wolf? Cool.
I'm ready.
So we'll do it the same way as before. I will skip the cutscene and we will start the Lone Wolf on the cutscene being skipped.
Because we would not want there to be any spoilers with
Oh no,
this
absolutely.
at all. No, this is
Okay,
a
so
spoiler-free run.
3, 2, 1, go. So basically what I'm going to do is immediately try and get a plasma pistol. If anyone's played multiplayer in this game and has like used the plasma pistol, essentially plasma weapons destroy shields really easily, whereas human weapons like destroy health really quickly when the shields are gone. So what we're basically going to be doing is using a plasma pistol to clear elite elite shields, and then we're going to one-shot them with the DMR after that point. There we go. So one thing as well is like, because they really want to highlight the fact that this is your last stand, they have like random bits of damage happen to your screen when you get hit sometimes. It looks really cool. On harder difficulties, it gets rid of your HUD completely, but on easy, it leaves the health bar there and certain other HUD elements. So, yeah. We're basically going to hide out and try and clear as many enemies as possible. You're going to see me as well on easy. I didn't really mention this in the run, but on easy, grunts are super weak. You can kill them with the plasma pistol fairly easily. Normally, you'd want to headshot them on harder difficulties, but on easy, it's just ammo efficient to use the plasma pistol like this. It also has the overcharge shot, which we'll see later, but for these easy enemies, it's way more ammo efficient to shoot them down normally than it is to overcharge. When we start seeing the silver elites and higher, that's when I'm going to start overcharging, because those guys take way too many bullets. So I'm just going to try and clear out some of these from afar. Okay, missed that guy. That's the guy whose shield I broke or whatever.
Okay, let's see if my belief helps you or hurts you. Some friends it helps, some friends it hurts.
What belief? You're believing in me?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
here's
believing
Hayden.
in you right now. I have some friends, when I tell them I'm believing in them, they say, no, don't, stop.
Well, yeah, I'm taking the belief. I want the belief right now.
All right.
We're absorbing all that belief, using it to become more powerful.
Yeah.
Also, I've been sounding like so like sedate and chill all evening, but it's mostly because I don't want to wake up my neighbors. So I would be a lot more hype if it wasn't coming up to 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. in the morning. Of course, it's 6 a.m. in the morning. Wouldn't be 6 a.m. in the afternoon. What am I talking about? Oh, there's a lot of them over there. They're not coming over here. Normally, you can get them to follow you to this building, and you can pick them off really easily, but that ain't happening. So I'll have to do it at long range.
Well, I appreciate you believing in my personal belief that we should abolish time zones, so it could in fact be 6 a.m. in the afternoon somewhere.
That's true. Just abolish time in general. It would make speedruns way, way, way easier. You get to the end, and the time would just be a question mark, and it would be shared world record for everyone.
Success all around there.
Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh, I got him. Cool. Right. So yeah, these guys are literally, they're just hanging out over there, which is very weird. They don't normally do this, but it's whatever. We're just gonna... Oh, okay. One of them is shooting me in here now. The problem is, if I run out of DMR ammunition, then it's like... I'm actually gonna try and use the laser for a few of them. Where have they gone? They've all gone. What? Okay, let's just... Wow, the laser doesn't one-shot them? That's insane. Okay, normally I just use the pistol and DMR, but like I'm trying to find interesting things to do. Okay, this is not bad. Cool. Okay, whatever. The elites are like really erratic with how they move sometimes, so... Okay, now we're getting silvers. So now that I've started being sniped by a focus laser, I'm pretty sure that means the silvers have arrived. So you can see now, I can't see how much ammo I have because I've taken a shot to my helmet. And that's going to get progressively worse. So there we go. Overcharge shot there being used. These two are golds, so I'll just gun these down normally. I really need more ammo and things. Okay. Yeah, fortunately on easy as well, it just goes off of your normal health. I think on the higher difficulties, your health doesn't regen. So the more damage you take, the
Yeah, your
closer you are
shields
to
regen,
dying.
but your health does not.
Okay, there we go. We got that one. Oh, it's lots of bullets. Let's go back in here. They're not coming in here, which is really annoying because normally I just funnel them in this doorway, but it's fine. I have a health pack here, so I can get a bit of health back if I need to. Oh, can you not? Thank you, friend. When they're running at you with the grenades like that, it's actually really annoying because I don't think you can pick up their gun when they've done that. They like dropped their gun already, so you can't pick up more plasma pistol ammo. Oh, there's a lot of silvers down there. I kind of want to get rid of the silvers. They're really annoying. I'd almost rather deal with the golds. The golds guns are kind of ineffective. Get rid of some silvers. We made it past the 5-minute mark. That's already good.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'm almost more worried about these guys punching me because their guns are really not great. It's just the focus laser ones are really frustrating to deal with. Okay, I'm out of ammo in this now. I need another one. There we go. Oh, okay, here we go. The golds are here now. Time to make use of Muffin's favorite weapon.
Yay!
If he drops it. There we go. All right, give me that, please. Those silvers should die in... Oh, I'm at really low health, actually. Give me this, please. Okay, that was really close. Silvers will die in one hit to the sword, which is why I wanted to grab it, because it makes it just way easier to clear them out. Right, this one's run out, but there was another sword, so let's grab it.
Yeah, I think I saw 2 drop.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to start like running away from these guys pretty soon because we're getting a critical mass of golds and they take a little bit of extra effort to remove. Where was the other sword? There was another one. There was definitely another one, wasn't there? Can you... Ah, there's one, okay. Right, where is his sword? There it is, cool. Plus, I just like the... Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, run, 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 run. Get out of here. So these guys will have concussion rifles and swords, and neither of them are great at fighting enemies at range, so you can just run away from them now. So if I can regain my shield a bit and get another sword somewhere, that would be ideal. Hey, friend. I want your gun. Cool. Little thing with the sword, it's faster to use the melee attack than it is to use the charge, but obviously the charge will travel more distance, so... Okay. Oh, this is real bad. If I can find another plasma pistol somewhere, that would be really great, to be honest. Oh, it's a lot of concussion rifles. Plasma pistol. Yes, let's go. You there. I need your gun. Give me this. Cool. Okay, I'm out of DMR, so we're going to take the sword again.
It's the only proper weapon for this, really.
Oh, no. Oh, there's a sword guy right behind me. Oh, this is bad. I don't want to die. No, how is he... What? No. Run. Shields, please. Recharge. Okay, we did it. I just want to survive till 10 minutes at this point, to be honest. My own
PB.
personal challenge. Let's PB in Lone Wolf. Why not? This area is out of bounds, so I have to get back in bounds real quick. Okay, he's dead. There's another one. He got his sword as well. When I hit 10 minutes, I'm just going to go out in a blaze of glory. Like, I'm just going to charge straight in. I'm not going to run around like this anymore because... Oh, that's quick.
We're going to be true to the cutscene.
Yes, we are. It's a very brutal cutscene, but it's also probably the most powerful moment in Halo cinematically as well. Like, I always watch it when I finish my runs, like when I practice this, because... Right, give me that. We're about to hit 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I broke the estimate. How's about? Oh, and I
Heck
immediately
yeah.
died. I didn't even try to die there. I just immediately died.
Look at that planning.
Oh, well, there we go. And now you get this final stand cutscene.
Yeah, so for those that are confused about perspective, your helmet fell off.
Yeah, so the helmet's
So
like
this is just your
recording.
helmet cam.
Yeah. And you, of course, then see your character's face.
And this is how we get the title scene of the game.
Yeah, it all comes full circle. The events of the game have been told out. And yeah, that's been Halo Reach. I really hope that everyone's enjoyed it, honestly. It's been great to have a Halo game here. It's been great to show it off.
It didn't take long.
Yeah, it's just been amazing, honestly. I've had an amazing time. Thank you to everyone who's been organizing, commentating, running, everyone who's been part of this event anyway. It's been incredible. Thank you, Muffins, for being my commentator and, you know, being the leader of this entire like marathon. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you for asking
I
me.
wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach.
So,
Your body,
See ya.
your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything.
I'm sorry, I just like had the pretty background of this
That's
really
all right.
quick.
Don't worry.
That you
No, I'm
gave
also
to
crying a
us,
little, it's fine.
Oh.
and with it we can
I
rebuild.
told you it was a crying day.
Well, hey, look, you deserve all the praise, Muffins. You deserve absolutely all of it. Honestly, 100%.
There's lots of other people that deserve praise too. So I would like to thank all of the runners, the volunteers, the staff, those who have put in their time to watch and donate. All of you, thank you for putting in your time for Fleet Fatale. We've absolutely blown away every single expectation, and it's been such a fantastic success. So while Fleet Fatale may be over, Frame Fatale continues on every day. We have Super Metroid as our game of the month that we're learning together. And we have our bonus stream on Community Spotlight on Monday. I'd like to thank everyone for raising more than double what we projected for the event. And to help girls, the amount of money that we've raised to help girls learn and lead is just spectacular. And we hope that a lot of this money can go towards getting those 20 million girls back to school that they estimate will not be able to return otherwise. Sorry, crying, we're good. So I do have more good news. Frame Fatale will be back with our next event in 2021.
Yay.
So keep an eye out for everything that you can to see anything about Flame Fatale, which will be our next event. So we're gonna go head this off with a quick raid. And let's have our message be the power of love.
Yes, the power of love that got us through winter contingency.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.